Log recording. It is the 29th of April, 2023. The time of dicks, I can't see where shit because my glasses are off and I can't see the clock anyway. Oh, how about that? It's noon. It's 4 after Pacific Standard Time. We were John C., Rosamond, California, Diary of the Griever, and John Weaver, which would be me. Seems like I got some downloads to do. So it costs a fortune getting these things. It's about 100. Still 256. How about that one? I still got room in this thing. That's cool. Still got a little bit of room left. I'm still using things up left and right, and it costs an arm and a leg for these things. So what's going on today? Besides sweltering in the heat and dealing with the emotional triggers left and right drives me insane. Yeah. Saying things concerning my family, home, and things that matter a great deal to me, and then usually I get weepy-eyed and depressed as hell. I take the morning nap again. At times, I get sick and tired of the routine. I feel like I've been falling into the routine more and more often. I still have to clean up the house. I still got a bug spraying happening on Monday, and I feel like the process returns all over again. I usually try to plan something to doing, and it usually falls apart unless I've really got my intent on at this point, getting my butt out of the house. And because it's getting hotter and harder, it's going to be harder and harder for me to travel. The more heat increases out here in the Antelope Valley, the worse traveling becomes for me. I mean, if I had a private car or private transportation, that's one thing. But walking out of that heat, being sensitive to the heat I am, oh boy. Sometimes wintertime I could try getting around as much because I don't have to sweat and die of the heat. No, I'll just die of the cold. But I'll deal with the cold. But the heat is what I deal with, and I stay home. I watch the energy bills go up. For a Saturday, I'm trying to take care of a few things left and right. Now, I can tell you off the bat that dealing with depressional stuff as I've been dealing with these days, it drives me crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Sorry, Ma. Sorry, Dave. Just slightly off key here. There we go. Well, I just wanted to make sure that sometimes if I'm going to be doing some of the videos, I rarely not study or just go crazy over the grieving shit because I got to talk about real life. Hearing all the political stuff, hearing all the nasty stuff, hearing everything else these days, yes, it puts a person in a depression. And that's not what puts me under. Usually, when I get my own internal process screwed up, I get the triggers going on. As I said before, anything regarding family, any remote thing concerning about it, in any way, shape, or form, including the term home, yeah, it sets up the brain ready for another wave, and then something innocuous hits, and then boom. Crying, depression, blaming, praying. No, I don't blame. I pray. Pleading to God to forgive me for whatever the hell I'm praying for, and I don't even remember why. I don't even know why. I'm just praying it out loud. And then after it, feeling the after effects, the depression will kick in. The suppressed state of thinking. Mobility issues are happening at that point. Lack of energy, lack of empathy. It's like the body mentally is shutting down except for certain cognitive abilities and also the autonomic activity of keeping a body alive. But concerning about cognitive at that point, yeah. You talk about depressional, and you talking about screwing up with the chemical imbalances in the head and in the brain. So yeah, it's doing its job. Even when I lay down for about an hour and a half to two, just to see if I can get my body reset, not just physically reset, but the emotional capacity. Because the emotional capacity is usually the thing that I need to get reset because I can function. Physical, yes, it's important, but I need a functionality. What I'm doing at this point is getting my flash drive set up. So after this particular video, I load it back onto the computer, and then I get things working. And I'll tell you something, getting some of this stuff done sometimes becomes challenging. I mean, for me, a long time ago, it was automatic. Looked at the computer, done things over here, no problem at all. Function, function, function. That's all I did was function. Like a unemotional robot. However, the thing I'm going through right now as it is not. I have to battle and I have to force myself. Now, a lot of people think, well, you take medications and you'll feel okay. I've said it before in my videos. I've said it before many times in my videos. There is no way in hell I'm going to be a damn lab rat. Guesswork concerning about what chemicals and at what particular balance can the brain and the body actually tolerate until it says forget it. I'm not getting down that route. I have to battle it my own way. Now, if we're talking about dealing with something physical, I mean, we're talking about maybe a physical ailment or something I have to take medications for to battle something else. Okay, that's one thing. But you're not touching the brain and you're not touching the neurochemistry at this point over here. And despite all the medications I may have to take care of the rest of the damn body, it's going to be affecting the neurochemistry one way or another without me or anybody else realizing it. But the medications I'll probably have to deal with. Now, the only medications I've been dealing with for minor aches and pains in my feet and in my back that usually gives me shit. Well, it's a generic, but it's supposed to be the Tylenol. However, it's not on a constant basis. I've seen my own family take pain medications on a constant basis. I'd seen my brother take medications religiously when it came down for mental health. And my mother got addicted to dicipramine earlier on, back, I think, was it back in the 90s? Yeah, back in the 90s. She had to be on it for a long while. But when you get off of dicipramine for within a week, you are cranky. At least her neurochemistry was so damn screwed up, she was one royal angry woman. And her chemistry was driving her so crazy that my brother and I were being driven crazy. We finally found a shipment that was supposed to have been delivered by the shipping company. And in a day or two, she was mellowed out again, where she was actually to be functional. She wasn't able to be dealing with anybody, not even with clients, when she had her business running, because she had to maintain a hell of a lot of mental energy just to keep her professional calm during clients, and then she could rip up into my brother and me like crazy. Yeah, not very easy dealing with a woman who, okay, I'm not going to say any further about this one here. But it was a lesson in me. It was a lesson to me. How important medications are for other people who actually get onto it and have to depend upon them. It scared the hell out of me. It still does. Because I know what it's like to be put on medication for acne, but turning into a very depressed person to a point where I thought I'm just going to kill myself and just say screw it. Yeah. But we never got myself psychological help, and we never got myself medical help for that. So I had to get rid of the damn acne. But they were always worried more about the physical pumping action instead of the damn brain. I did long rants on these things in several videos, somewhere buried alive like the worms they are, crawling around in the dirt. And me, as I'm talking about this stuff, what am I handling right now? Good old trusty pocket knife, my toolkit. I had a larger one, but it got stolen a long time ago. I like that larger one. I still had to clean that bastard too. But I like pocket knives, especially when I use them at home. I don't go abroad and use these damn things. You kidding me? Law enforcement looks at the damn things and it's like, oh my god, he's got a knife! Send out the division! Send out SWAT! We got our guns trained on you. All I'm doing is just twiddling my knife. I don't care. Put the knife down. I'm twiddling it on screen at home. I don't care. We broke into your house. We had probable cause. You had to twiddle on video concerning about this knife. And now, and now. Oh, great. That's all I need to hear is now. Drop the knife. Now what? Step back from the knife. I ain't stepping back anywhere. Step back from the knife or else we'll shoot. Fine, I'll just lift up my camera phone and shoot you instead. How dare you use a camera phone on me in your own home? Well, eventually, I'm getting science that says I'm going to have 24-hour surveillance. How about that one? You can't do that. You got body cams on. That's a different story. I know, that's Pandora's box I'm opening up right now regarding this situation. Political and social stigmas to deal with. But I'm not dealing with it. I just had to make a check-in at this point to let you know what's going on these days. Uh, the countdown for the classes are still on. Another 3 or 4 more months before I get into a classroom. And then pray that I can pass the classes. And get that much closer for graduation. I'll be feeling melancholy when I start thinking about afterwards. But I am trying to take it a day at a time, a minute at a time sometimes. It's the only thing I can do. It's the only way I know how to take care of things right now as it is. I mean, dishes can stay there and rot and all I care, but I still have to put them into a dishwasher and get them done. I still got to wipe down the kitchen a bit, make sure that it's ready for the bug war Monday again. I want to make sure that I'm going to take one day of work. This is not like a vacation day, like I'm relaxing, I'm having a fun day. No, because days like this, I'm usually stressed out like crazy, worrying about the next day, and then the bug war comes on. I'm looking, and not looking for or towards the bug war. I'm like, God, not again. I just wish these bastards would go so I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. But it's a common everyday thing right now regarding the bugs that I still don't like. So it's things I still have to deal with. We got heat, and these guys love the heat, but they're not. They're not out because they're light. I got some light coming through the shades right now, through the blinds, and there's still heat coming through. I have to keep maintaining a temperature in this place to keep my dog and myself alive and comfortable. I mean, 72, 73 is a comfortable temperature to live in. 90 or 95, forget it. So how I'm dealing with right now is trying to stay away from triggers and stay away from issues that are going to be getting me triggered one way or another. I've watched shows that have been triggering me left and right. Some shows I liked for a long while, even for a short time I'll watch. But the problem is the triggers are still there. They'll deal with family values and of home. And waiting for the process to kick in. I'll be sobbing my ass off shortly. And then, I can try thinking in a regular mindset that I deal with these things and no problem at all. It's the subconscious that starts working and forcing the issues to come to the frontal cortex. I'll feel the buildup of emotions in there by the general anxiety state kicking in. A bit of hypertension, a bit of hyperventilating, a little bit. Feel a bit of tension happening across the body here. And I'll try to be relaxed as much as possible, but my body is situating itself for the crying. Only I'm trying to ignore the signals as much as I can. And then when I get triggered, either by the five senses, or even memories that pop in. The feelings shift. The body is ready for the crying at this point. It's building up fluid. I feel the tension, I feel the loss, I feel the heart ripping open again, and I feel the pain. I feel like the black hole is still there. The dark emptiness, void of what used to be life. And it hits, and I'll cry. Sometimes a little bit, and then it hits me in waves again. And then afterward, I think I got control of it. Wait for about a minute or two, or maybe a few minutes, and then it hits again. And it's consistent. Not every day, but it'll hit me most days. Not all the time, but it'll hit me. When I'm outside and I'm not walking a dog, or walking to the store, I don't see what normally would get to me at this point. If I built up enough muscle memory of sorts in my brain, constantly looking at my surroundings, constantly looking where my feet are going these days, trying to keep my mind from wandering around a bit by doing constant recordings on the phone. The files that still need to be transferred off the damn thing onto the flash drives. And I'm thinking, and I'm talking to myself on the radio, on the phone itself for their phone recorder, of things I need to do over and over and over again. Sometimes I forget the damn shit. But I'm doing it to keep my brain trained at this point. I'll stop and look around at a scene, and if the scene merits a picture, click. I'll just scroll around with the damn phone apps, find a camera, point and shoot. That's how it works. And move on. Talk. Get over to the store, usually liquor store, 700 or 800 yards away, and do shopping. Have a bag or two in my bag, or if not, just bring the bag along. Sometimes I get extra bags, get charged for it, but that goes. And I'll get my groceries and I'll walk out. It'll take me slower because I've got the weight on. Not this one, but I got the extra weight on my back and then in my hands. So I'm bringing about a week worth of groceries home. Replacement of the dairy products, of the eggs, milk, cheese, processed food. Frozen stuff, canned stuff if there's anything for me to get, or replacement fluids, maybe some snacks, bread, tea if I need to get any more, which I'm going to need to get any more of, and carry them home. They'll vary from thing to thing, day to day, but that's what I do. And it's not every day, it's like every 3 or 4 days sometimes I'll do it. If I feel the need going over there, fine. If I don't feel the need within a week or two, I don't go. But at least I try to keep up a presence over there to let them know that I'm still alive and still dealing. And certain schedules I know that I'll know who's over there, so it'll be easy enough for me to talk to them. And once in a great while, I have a neighbor walking with me. But most of the time, it's just by myself. Now, if I'm going over to the local bus stops we have over here, we got one for about 1.5 miles away, and another one about 2 miles away. It's a hell of a long walk. I'll do it in the mornings. Get the hell out of here early enough in the morning, walk on over to one of them, get on the bus, and travel. School time, I know it's going to be about 3 or 4 months. And I'll be traveling to And from Rosebud to Lancaster to the college, no problem. Becomes almost automatic sometimes. If I was actually able to get dialer ride to get me from to the bus stops, that's cool too. I can do that. And then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'd have to make sure that the supplies I get, I can cook up. And if they have microwaves, I can heat up. But if not, just get over there, take care of the class, and get the hell out of there. Go home and eat, and rest and sleep, and take care of the homework. And make it into a routine. Now, since I got the bug war, Mondays are going to be a pain in the ass. But something I have to deal with. Something I have to constantly work with. So, what else can I say? But that's the routine. You know, summertime I don't go because it's too freaking hot, and I'm not killing myself out there. A long time ago, I may try to deal with it as best as I can, but getting older, getting slower, I feel more of the disorientation out there. I feel the buildup on myself, and I feel like I am not able to deal with the heat as well as I used to be. In my younger days, no problem. In the older days, I got the luggage on right now, and the luggage ain't dealing with it. So I have to deal with what I got. Constant need of drinking fluids to replace my bodily fluids. Water and Gatorade. Gatorade. Water. Some occasions, milk when I can. But I need that to keep the fluid intake going because I don't want the idea of passing out without realizing that I got dehydrated or I got heat exhaustion, even in my own home. The reasons why I have to keep the temperature going at a constant 72, 73 degrees because always the, there's always the opportunity of getting heat stroke in this place, or actually heat exhaustion. When the heat level comes to a certain level and the machines are not keeping up with it, my body becomes more sensitive to the temperature fluctuations. I'm feeling more of the heat coming through. Even when the blinds are closed, I still feel the heat coming through. I'm keeping the blinds open a little bit here because I need the light and saving electricity. Well, except for the damn laptops chewing it up. And also the air conditioner popping on every once in a while. The things I do to keep myself going. But shit, I did worse sins than that, taking care of my own brother. So this is life right now as it is. I'm coping with it, and that's what's happening for today. So what happens tomorrow, I'll let you know. Till then, guys.